going to be amazing. Records are following. And you have no idea what's going to happen. And you've got people from all over the country, all over the world, right here at MIR. So get your coffee, grab your bagel, get your earbuds, get ready, get set. It's Friday. It is the 29th Annual Hall Tech World Cup Finals on Flow, and it's coming up right after the real talent in the truck brings you this.
Fields, followed by round number 1 of classes with 16 car fields. It is our goal to get all 12 classes down to 8 cars going into Sunday morning, in case we have a weather delay on Sunday morning. On Sunday, we will drive the track Sunday morning and then pick up with eliminations with 8 cars, 8 of the best cars in 12 different classes, to give you guys an amazing show and crown our WCF champions. We're basically taking and adjusting and trying to run one more round on Saturday of the 16 cars, and everybody's going to drop one qualifier in order to do this. This will get us down to 8 cars on Sunday of all 12 classes, the best cars on Sunday, all coming down. We're still going to run the bikini contest. We moved that up to 1 p.m. on Sunday, and getting down to the best of the best of the best on Sunday, 8 cars and 12 different classes, and running that race on Sunday. Because they're calling for a chance of rain early Sunday morning, if that takes a little bit longer to drive than we expect, we want to make sure that we can get the race completed so all the fans can take and see the quarterfinals, semifinals, and the finals, hopefully in daylight, and all be here for the amazing show and crown our WCF champions on Sunday with the window of time that we're estimating that we'll have on Sunday. We don't want to take it to the World Cup Finals and run qualifying all the way through and cross our fingers and hope that we have barely enough time on Sunday. So we're running one more round on Saturday to do this. So the classes at 32 car fields, you will not have a qualifier tomorrow. You will have the 2 today. The 32 car fields, you'll run your first round Saturday morning. You'll run your second round Saturday evening. The classes that are 16 car fields, you'll get your 2 qualifiers today. You will have 1 qualifier Saturday morning, and you'll run your first round Saturday evening. That way we're down to 8 cars in all of our categories. So again, if you go to the World Cup Finals or MIR Facebook page, Instagram page, or the websites, you can see the schedule graphic that we just posted. It has the run order. The run order is slightly changed for DCT, all motor, and X front wheel drive. So I want you to take and go on there and look at that. It has the revised run order, the event schedule, and this way we're sending our fastest classes in the middle of the day where it's sunny and warm out, and where the fans want to see those as well. So go on there, save that schedule graphic, save it to your phone. We've printed off copies for our officials, and then that way everybody knows what's going on. We like to have all this information out there ahead for all our racers. So good luck to everybody this weekend. We're going to crown some champions. We're going to give out $275,000 in cash, and we're going to hand out those 40-pound World Cup trophies in the winner's circle on Sunday.
Well, Higgins, Etiquette, Jose,
Fabian.
Are you ready to get down to business?
Yes, estamos ready.
To defeat the Huns?
Yes.
It's Mulan, for those guys that don't know. Jesus. I'm getting looked up here like, God.
Well, we look at you like that all the time. But here we go. DCT, brought to you by M Racing. And here to call DCT is the co-voice of the World Cup Finals, Mr. Chris Higgins.
Alongside Coquetto and Jose. Believe it or not, they know these guys fairly well also. And you know what? We're just going to go ahead and kick it right off here early this morning. We did reverse the run order. We are actually continuing Q1 from last night after an incident between Joel Granson Vlad Yevtushenko ended up basically shutting the track down just because of the cold temperature we were dealing with, how long it was taking to get it cleaned up, try to get the vehicles, emergency vehicles back in service, giving those guys an opportunity to get their stuff reset. But a testament goes out and a shout out to the EMTs and the MIR staff here, because no sooner did Vlad Yevtushenko and Joel Granis stop was the fire truck already sitting there and 3 guys had hopped out of it, and gals. So testament to the crew here at MIR. Shout out to the staff. Shout out to everybody that's jumped in. I know it's a big heartbreak weekend for those 2 drivers, but there's some rumors going around about Vlad. We may see him again potentially. Joel, we'll find out. But right now it's all focused on the M Racing DCT. Tom Crean to the right side, Becca Marceau left side here with a pair of Audis. Has issues there for Becca. Tom Crean will send it down the racetrack. That right lane RS3 will finish the hit off with a 796.9 and a $180. Solid lap here. Already going to the 7-second zone. Making the trip from Las Vegas, Nevada. Looking pretty solid so far here with the first pair.
Oye, 796, 180 millas volando bajito ese Audi en esta categoría que está buenísima, categoría DCT. Estamos arriba, presentado por M Racing.
As the next pair sit back in the water box, going to be Brian Del Villar, left side from New Jersey in the Lambo 2015 Huracan. Beautiful looking machine. Right side, Farouk Aziz in the 2017 Audi R8. Make the trip down from New Hampshire. It looks like the Lambo having some struggles there in the water box. Maybe both drivers. There we go. Finally got that rear tires lit. My man thinking he John Force out there smoking the tires. Let's go. Who doesn't love a good Lambo burnout, man?
I'm glad you mentioned it because, you know, well, John Force will be here next year. Probably not driving, but he'll be here next year.
It's for the NHRA race that he's talking about that'll be in May here at MIR. So, Brian Del Villar left side here, the Lambo. Beautiful looking machine here. The M Racing DCT. First time we've seen the DCT category here at the World Cup Finals. A lot of these cars you've seen running at many other facilities, especially down in Texas. I know with FL2K.
Y tremenda batalla. Audi R8, Lamborghini, carro exótico. Se va al carril derecho.
Good clean launch there from the Lambo. Here comes the top of the racetrack. Huracan 860 with a 7.37 out of it early. As the Audi full pull here, 785 for only 170. Solid lap there for the R8. As let me go ahead and get Wild Street. Wild Street lanes 3 and 4 for Q1. That's Wild Street lanes 3 and 4 for Q1. Wild Street lanes 3 and 4 Q1.
Oye, seguimos aquí con los carros exóticos en la categoría DCT. Ya tú sabes, la categoría DCT. Acabamos de ver un Audi R8. Óyeme, y ahora tenemos Lamborghini. Óyeme, estos carros están en la zona de los 7 segundos. Así mismo, muchos GTR, muchos Lamborghini, muchos Audi R8, Audi RC3 que acaba de correr 7.9. Así que mucha gente pues piensa y está claro que pues, los vehículos de dragueo son caros, pero aquí son carros exóticos dándole el dragueo, que son más caros todavía.
I heard exotic. That's about all that I heard from Jose there. Exotic machines out here with Cesar Sabaton, the Huracan right side out of New Jersey, and Mickey Nordasada left side here in the GTR. GTR pulling away from the Lambo, top of the racetrack, 828 with a $2.77 and a 913.5 at 153 for the Huracan. They'll go to 3rd and 5th respectively. Currently, Farouk Aziz top of the board right now with the 785.4 here in M Racing DCT.
Oye, así mismo estrenándose nueva categoría en este ventazo, la categoría DCT, ya tú sabes, la categoría de los exóticos. Por primera vez en este ventazo diciendo presente y hay varios carros, óyeme, desde Audi, Lamborghini, Skyline, así que a los que les gusta los carros caros aquí pueden deleitarse.
Let me get lanes 1 and 2, pull forward, keep it tight, please. 1 and 2, pull forward, keep it tight. As Leo Polanco, right lane here. In the Huracan, left side going to be Hector Tejada. This is what Keketo and Jose get paid the big bucks for. The Nissan GTR here in the left lane. That Lambo moving out there. GTR out in front, though, top end. 842, $1.61, 829, 176 for the Huracan. Solid laps for both here. They'll go to 4th and 5th, respectively.
Zumba. Oye, en esta categoría, gente, de los autos exóticos, todos los autos tienen la misma transmisión, ya tú sabes, transmisión DCT, presentado por Racing. Estos Audi R8 que están volando bajito. Esta categoría está buena. Así que ya estamos llamando a la categoría Wall Street. Wall Street, vayan bajando carril 3 y 4. 3 y 4 Wall Street, carriles 3 y 4.
Nick DeGuilo coming up here, right side of the Audi R8, 316 speed, going to be on board here for the Clearwater, Florida V10 sitting behind him. As Farouk still top of the board, 785 with a 4. Clayton Lodge, 136 short time here. That Audi out there booking it, top of the racetrack, 739 to 207 for the Audi, baby. Let's go! Woo!
207 millas, 207 miles, a rayo volando bajito el Audi R8 en la zona de los 739.
Think we found the front runner. I mean, whoo, V10.
B10, papá, es lo que hay. ¿Qué 8 cilindros? B10 es lo que hay ahora mismo. Dímelo, Manolo, ¿dónde está? Menea la bandera, Manolo, ¿dónde anda Manolo?
Switch things over now to Turbo Smart Limited Straight here. First time they've seen the track. Supposed to be on track last night, but again with a short evening. Making the switch over here, the 2JZ powered Supra Steve Vetter. Here on the right side, Philip Paradius out of Quebec, Canada. Left lane of that Chrysler 300. So a reminder to all your racers and tuners out there, you do have one less qualifying effort now. So you need to make sure that you can plan accordingly, adjust your strategy as you guys need to in order to make the fields and be ready to go for race day. That's the Supra on the Chrysler 300. Get ready to go side by side here. Okay. Yeah. Neither one of them sounded good there.
And they're trying to get the right lane to get stopped down there. Look, he's leaking some fluid. So, again, drivers, something don't sound right, smell right, feel right, look right. Please pull over and stop. And he went right on by the official there. So, again, the officials are telling you to do something, whether it be on the racetrack and the staging lanes. Please do it.
So just a quick reminder for some of you guys that may have missed it, we do have a schedule change. Top priority at World Cup Finals is completing the race safely and successfully, obviously. Been monitoring Sunday's forecast. There's been some adjustments made to the schedule to ensure that we can finish the event. We will have the completion of Q1 here this morning. We'll finish as much as Q2 and Q3 as possible. Tomorrow we'll kick the day off with qualifier number 4, only for the classes with 16-car fields. And we're going to hope that we can complete as long as time and carnage will allow it. Now, we will also run first round of eliminations for classes with 32-car fields, followed by first round of classes with 16-car fields. It's our goal to get all 16 classes to 8 cars going into Sunday morning, in case there happens to be a weather delay for Sunday morning. Sunday morning, we'll get up, get the track dry, we'll pick eliminations up with the 8 best cars in every single category, and hopes that we can get down to those 12 classes to give you guys the best show, crown champions, and give them all the best opportunity to complete this event.
So once again, the all clear from our safety crew officials down there. We're going to continue on here with Turbo Smart Limited Street. Again, like Higgins was saying, you got, in order to race in elimination, you got to get on the qualifying sheet. So make sure that you're making these qualifying runs count. Remember the treat it as it could be your last one. Think of that mentality.
So yesterday I brought up saying that you got multiple qualifiers, make your adjustments, be smart about it. Well, you've lost one now, right? So the strategy for a lot of these tuners and racers out there have shifted. You got one less qualifier, so maybe you got to get a little bit more aggressive with some of these qualifiers. You got to make sure you have an opportunity on race day to get in the field. And for some of these guys, today is the final chance for them to swing to try to make it. We've got the continuation of Q1. Time allowing, we'll get 2 and Q3 in. We'll have the qualifier number 4 for the 16-car fields tomorrow, and then we go straight into first-round eliminations for the 32-car and the 16-car fields. So things will vastly change now, as the schedule has also. And Darren Brown and Rich Chong will be the next pair to come up here. Darren Brown has been an absolute menace in this category the last couple years. He will certainly be one to keep an eye on. On the left side of the racetrack, Rich Chong, right side, that Eagle Talon out of Oceanport, New Jersey. Aaron Gregory Racing MFD race on board. Darren Barone making the trip down from New York with the LS-powered nitrous Mustang. Performance, Holly EFI, sorry, Precision Turbo car. I don't know, I did that last year too. For some reason, I said
it's all good.
Turbo car. And 3V race engines.
Darren Barone won this one here in 2023 when he beat Samantha Moore. Glory. There goes Darren Barone, 116 short. Top end of the racetrack. A little smoke out of both of them.
Normally, I'm okay with flags, but whoever's got it right here in this VIP section, buddy, you're literally blocking the entire racetrack for us here at the tower. That's perfect. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate it. All right, so we do have cleanup on the racetrack. Got through DCT, car number 4 for Limited Street. So here we are. Turbo Smart Limited Street cleanup is currently underway from the Rich Ong machine. We'll go back live here momentarily. But again, as we were saying earlier, there has been a schedule shift. For some of you guys that are out there maybe working on cars, didn't hear it earlier. We will complete Q1 here this morning. We're going to complete as much of qualifier number 2 and qualifier 3 as possible today. We'll start tomorrow with qualifier number 4 for classes with 16-car fields. We're going to hope we can complete it as long as time and carnage will allow it. We're going to run first-round eliminations for the 32-car fields. That was originally planned. We're also going to run first round of all classes with the 16-car fields. The basic goal is to get down to 8 cars in all 12 classes, so the best 8 cars in all 12 categories have an opportunity to duke it out on Sunday. We may have some track drying we're going to have to do Sunday morning, and that's part of what this adjustment is going to allow for. We'll get the track dry. We're going to pick it back up, 12 categories, the 8 best of the best cars, giving the racers an opportunity to be crowned as the WCF champions, giving the fans an amazing show for those of you guys that are here on the property, and for those of you guys at home tuning in on FloRacing. Appreciate you guys understanding why we're having to make these decisions. Appreciate your continued support. And we're going to give you guys the best and full race and exciting weekend that we possibly can for you, because we know a lot of you guys make the trips out here for this event. We know how exciting it can be. We all love it. This event is a crown jewel and drag race. Anybody says otherwise, they're lying to you. And we're going to do our best to make it happen. Race.
On back roads and drag strips, farm fields, and the interstate, there's a movement growing. A movement of hardworking men and women that trust Hot Shot Secret to take care of their vehicles. It's the fastest growing diesel additive brand, but you don't have to take our word for it. Take theirs. Lab formulated, dyno tested, track proven. Hot Shot Secret, powered by science.
Winning doesn't just happen. You have to engineer it. You have to test it and make it better than it was the last time. Our engineers have the passion to create the parts you need, the way you need them to be, again and again and again. We've led this game for over 40 years, and we design, refine, and perfect every valve-train part worthy of the winner's circle.
Red Line Oil, formulated to win, proven by me.
Formulated to win, proven by me.
Proven by me. Formulated to win, proven by me.
Proven by me.
Proven by me.
Proven by me. Proven by me.
Formulated to win, proven by me.
When you use Hot Shot Secret oil and fuel additives, you get decades worth of cutting-edge innovation. Innovation that saves you money and maximizes efficiency and performance. Hot Shot Secret started with a mission to solve one engine problem. Today, we have solutions for all kinds of common issues that impact your bottom line. From our world-class lab to your cars, trucks, and equipment, Hot Shot Secret is powered by science.
Everywhere. This is the 29th Annual Haltech World Cup Finals, presented by Wiseco, live from Maryland International Raceway.
Recuerden que siempre aquí las eliminatorias pasan el domingo, pero debido a las condiciones del tiempo se hicieron unos arreglos en el calendario y mañana se va a estar corriendo la primera ronda de los 32 de la Wall Street, la Steve Chief. Óyeme, y de los que quedan los 16 en el field, también mañana corren la primera ronda. O sea, los que tienen en 32 qualify, los que tienen 16, mañana se va a estar corriendo la primera ronda de 1 a 3 de la tarde de los 32 carros que están en las categorías que tienen 32 carros, y de 3 a 8 de la noche las categorías de los 16 que cualifican 16 carros. Así que mañana tenemos la primera ronda y último pase de cualificatoria de 10 a 1 de la tarde. Óyeme, para la Explore Front Wheel Drive DCT, Outlaw vs Extreme, Renegade vs Modify, Wall Street, yep. Y así que mañana de 10 a 1 de la tarde, último qualify. Hoy vamos a estar corriendo el que se quedó anoche después del accidente y 2 qualify más para todas las categorías.
Now let me go and get Grandis Racing Stick Shift. Stick Shift, let's teach you guys to 5 and 6, the continuation of Grandis Racing Stick Shift. So for those of you guys that did not go down the track in Q1, this is a call for you. We do have our officials back there with the run sheets of who ran last night. So if you ran last night, enjoy the rest of your morning. Sit tight. For those of you guys that did not run, come on up. We'll get you guys rolling here in a little bit. Turbo Smart Limited Street currently on track. Well, tractors are currently on track, getting some cleanup done. But we'll continue on with Turbo Smart Limited Street momentarily. Wild Street, you're sitting in 3 and 4. Grandis Racing Stick Shift. Let's get you guys lanes 5 and 6, please. Grandis Racing Stick Shift. The continuation of Q1 to 5 and 6, please.
Hello, FloRacing. I am Courtney Enders. This has been Shelton, a new face for you, but we're going to get to that in a minute. It is World Cup Finals week. We are here at Maryland International Raceway for the biggest drag race on the planet, literally all year long. And I have brought Ben Shelton along. Ben, you work at Flo. You're not in the drag racing scene. So before I get into these rapid fire questions of what's wandering in your head, where do you live in the racing world?
I live in the circle track. I do that, but it's kind of buried. I grew up in Memphis. I grew up, there was a drag strip. We used to get NHRA. We'd have Super Chevy and MCA, all that fun stuff. Clay Milliken, he's from Memphis.
My guy.
I pay attention to it, but there's a lot that I'm going to learn, and I'm going to come at you. Question number one. Yep. Explain to me, 1/8 mile versus 1/4 mile. What's the difference? Obviously the length, but why do we have that discrepancy in drag racing, and what is so big about this weekend?
So a lot of that has to do with the facility, with the actual racetrack. A lot of the racetracks around the country are built for one or the other, whether it's the land that they needed for the 1/4 mile drag strip wasn't there. It's an old school racetrack. They don't have the correct shutdown area. So a big part of that is facility safety. So a lot of these smaller racetracks that we go to for PDRA, they're built for that. It is the best 1/8 mile racing in the country. When you get some of those competitors who are used to 1/8 mile racing, these cars can be set up to go 1/4 mile racing. It is just a completely different setup. That is what makes this race so wild. We have one of the longest shutdown areas. It's a beautiful facility here. The track prep is always prepared for that. But what is so cool about going from 1/8 mile to 1/4 mile racing is they say you get to half track, which is 1/8 mile, everything exciting happens from half track on, right? You're getting through all the gears. Once you get to 1/8 mile, it's really just hang on and oh shit all the way down the racetrack. So a lot of the explosions, a lot of the crashes, but also the speed is increasing at such a higher rate from then on. So once they get up to their, cruising altitude or cruising speed, that last half of the racetrack really shows how far you can take it.
All right or wrong, a lot of the guys racing here this week, they may normally do 1/8 mile. True or false?
True. And a lot of these cars, they can go into different categories, different sanctioning bodies, different racetracks, right. But everybody that comes here is 1/4 mile.
And that was my question. If you're used to doing an 1/8 and now you're going twice as far, the speeds are different, the records are different. How much of a challenge it is for these teams if you've been geared up on something all year, but you come to the event that is the perennial event, and now everything's been changed in your setup?
Well, I think they know going into it that this is something that they're working for. And even when cars will be testing, they test 1/8 mile, and you can take those incrementals on the computer, on the tune-up, and be able to say, okay, we did this to 60 foot, we did this to 330, we did this to 1/8 mile, this is what it would do for the rest of it. So they're always preparing for it. It's really just, like I said, grabbing onto that oh shit bar.
I got so much to learn this weekend.
Ya estamos ready en un par de minutos, gente, para continuar con la categoría Limited Street. Pendiente que hay cambio en el schedule, mi gente, hay cambio en calendario. Debido a que mañana se espera % alto de lluvia. Se hizo cambio en el calendario. Así que hoy se estarán corriendo muchas de las categorías. Su última ronda de cualificación. Pendiente cuando se llame rápidamente para bajar a los carriles.
So make sure you get your WCF merch. Get it while it lasts, because I'm telling you, once it's gone, that is it. So your WCF merch located right behind the tower next to the Hitchcock Autoworks stage. It's got a limited number of hats, shirts, hoodies left. So get your apparel while it lasts. Make sure you go to the World Cup Finals Import vs. Domestic Facebook page, the MIR Facebook page, and view the revised schedule for the remainder of the event. And like Higgins said, our goal here is we want to get this event completed so we can crown our 2025 World Cup Finals champions, and I'd like to give you fans one heck of a show out there. So we appreciate your support and understanding, and we're going to do the best we can to give you the best show we possibly can out there on the MIR 1/4 mile. But also, for those of you who are here racing, if you want to be a part there's a test session on Monday. That's, I believe, it's $400 a car. I believe you can come up to the tower to get on the list for that. You don't have to pay for it till Monday. However, if those of you watching on Flow, if you want to be a part of that test session and the car is not here, you have to wait until Monday to bring the car. So if the car's already here, competing at the World Cup, you're fine. But if you want to be a part of that test session on Monday, it's $400 a car. You can come up to the tower to get on the list, and then you can then they'll take care of the money part on Monday. And if the car's already here, the World Cup, that's perfectly fine. But if the car's not here, you must wait until Monday to bring it on property. Also, make sure you go to GoRaceMIR.com. They got a couple good events lined up here for the remainder of the 2025 season. But also, one event I'm excited for, Higgins, we've talked about this a couple of times, is I want to see if I can get Jose and Caquetto up here for this one. At the end of May 29th through the 31st, it's the inaugural NHRA Potomac Nationals, the part of the NHRA Mission Foods Drag Racing Series, Top Fuel, Nitro Funny Car, Pro Stock Motorcycle will be in action along with the Lucas Oil classes as well. So for the first time ever, an NHRA national event will take place on this very racetrack.
Two things I want to point out. One, I'm glad you used the word inaugural and not first annual, so thank you for that and actually doing that properly. The one surprise that, I don't know, I guess kind of, Fabian's listening to something else. I was a little surprised I didn't see Promont on there, but that's just my personal opinion.
Oye, ya que nos están preguntando el público, corredores que todavía no entienden los cambios, nuestra máxima prioridad en World Cup Final es completar la carrera de forma segura y exitosa. Después de monitorear el pronóstico del tiempo del domingo, hemos hecho los siguientes ajustes en horario para asegurarnos de que podamos terminar el evento. Hoy viernes terminaremos la cualificación número 1 y terminaremos la mayor cantidad posible de cualificación número 2 y número 3. Sábado comenzamos cualificación número 4 solo para las clases con 16 autos. Oye, con la esperanza de terminarlo completamente, ya que el tiempo parece que no es nuestro mejor aliado. Así que también en las rondas de cualificación también se espera terminarlo mañana de varias de la categoría y comenzar con ronda eliminatoria, la primera ronda eliminatoria de los autos que son de 32 autos, rondas de eliminatoria de 16 autos, de las categorías que son 16 autos. Así que pendiente, busquen las redes sociales de World Cup Final para más información. Ya tú sabes, domingo dicen aquí secaremos la pista de lo ser posible para continuar con la ronda de eliminatoria. Así que pendiente a los schedule, mi gente, los cambios que se han realizado en World Cup Final.
Well, again, just a quick couple of event notes to go over. You are allowed to have coolers with you in the grandstands, but must be 14 inches or smaller and have to be able to fit under your seats. So you do have to keep that in mind, please. Can't allow any big chairs. They cannot be bigger than 18 inches. That is the size of your seat, 18 inches. Can't take up additional space. You are going to be shoulder to shoulder at this event as you normally are. Please be mindful of the people that are around you. Also, strollers and wagons are not allowed in the grandstands either. You're more than welcome to set them under the grandstand, but they cannot be in the grandstand. But remember, that's at your own risk. If they disappear, we can't help you. I'm sorry. Strollers, most of them can be broken down. If they fit under your seat, then fine. But that's kind of a different conversation on that one. Trash has to go in trash cans. Not that hard. You guys do it at home. Please do it here. When you're done eating something or drinking something, I don't care what kind of beverage it is or what kind of food it is, there are 9 million trash cans on the property for you guys. Please utilize them. Thank you. Also, no glass bottles are permitted on the property. Zero, none, zilch, nada, not one should be out. Period. End of discussion. This is the same as your mother telling you to eat your vegetables. Like, you're not supposed to have the glass bottles. You're supposed to eat your vegetables. Don't eat glass bottles, just for the record. So, look, some of the things I've seen on social media. That's all I'm saying. Tide Pods. Please make sure you guys are throwing your trash cans away. No glass bottles are permitted. If you happen to have a glass bottle because you bought them and you didn't think about it, fine. Put it in a cup. Put the bottle away. Put it back in your cooler. They cannot be out. That's a safety concern for people in the grandstands, for those you guys out in the pit area, because we don't want to see tires get cut. We don't want people to get injured. We have a lot of people on the property. Got to do that. Also, no open fires. Period. End of discussion. The EMTs and the firefighters are always looking for something to do when it comes to fire stuff. If you want to have a firefighter just spraying down the fire in your motorhome, getting all kinds of soapy water in it, then okay, good luck. Don't give them a reason to do it, please. That's all that we ask.
Oye, me agarró habichuela. En el buen español, lo que quiso decir nuestro compañero es que, por favor, todo el que tenga botella de cristal, favor de meterla en su vaso, en su Yeti, en lo que tenga, pero nunca estar con la botella afuera. La va a usar, échalo en un vaso y bota la botella al zafacón para evitar que tengamos gomas, obviamente, que se rompan o gente que se esté cortando. Por favor, todo el que tenga botella de cristal, mantenga su botella de cristal, ya tú sabes, segura, échasela en un vasito y no ande con ella en la mano. Gracias. Oye, en arroz habichuela también, lo que explicó mi compañero Coqueto ahorita, de lo del el nuevo calendario debido a las condiciones del tiempo. La ronda número 5 de cualificación no existe, se cambió por la primera ronda de eliminatoria mañana. Así que no tiene un quinto pase de cualificatoria, eso no existe. El quinto pase de cualificatoria ahora es la primera ronda de eliminatoria, que se empieza mañana. Así que mañana y última ronda de cualificatoria para las categorías, para comenzar con el primer round de eliminatoria mañana por la noche.
I've seen this get posted up on social media a few times, so I'm going to go ahead and put it out there also. So, as you guys know, accident last night, Joel Granis, Vladiyev Tashenko. Granis Racing is the class sponsor also for the stick shift category here. There's a post that's going around, apparently, from Granis's Granis Racing social media site. Every penny of the merch sales are going to go directly to Vlad. So if you guys want to try to support that, I'll be more than happy to put it out there. Do what you guys want with that.
Absolutely.
Stand-up move by Joel Granis also for that. If he's able to pitch in and help, I'm sure that would be awesome. But it goes back to something Fabian and I talked about last night, actually, was a camaraderie between the racers that we have here in the drag racing world. And you know, very serious incident, but it's cool to see that Joel's going to try to help out where he can with what was a very unfortunate incident between very talented drivers.
Mm-hmm.
Thankfully, though, again, the big news is both drivers were okay, were able to walk away. But, man, that was
scary.
That was I've only seen a fireball like that a couple times in my announcing career. So
same with me, but most of the time I've seen it's been out of a top fuel car where the engine's behind the driver. But again, definitely kudos to Joel Granis, who you can go to granisracing.com, and I believe on his on the merchandise tab you can purchase the merchandise. And of course, like you said, every single penny is going to go right to Vladiyev Tashenko. And again, I mean, Joel Granis, him and I, we've known each other for a long, long time. Got a tremendous amount of respect for him, and the respect just skyrocketed. Absolutely, and I guarantee he felt horrible last night, getting into Vladiyev Tashenko. But like I said, racing happens, and like I said, both drivers were okay. Let's get back to it. Brad Shearer and Brian Graham.
Brian Graham races out here, the Mustang, the Mustang Racing Machine, 427 under the hood for that car. Brad Shearer left side. Mixture from Florida, small block Ford under the hood there for the 89 Mustang. UPR Pro Charger helping out. Cree and Des Racing, BP Fabrications. Should be a pair of good laps here. Right now, top of the board is that 790 with a 4 for Darren Barone. So you see the nitrous purge there for the Graham car. We'll see how these two will play out.
Bien, estamos corriendo duelo de Mustang Domestic in the House, categoría Limited Street, presentado por Turbo Smart. Mustang blanco por el derecho, Mustang, oye, colorcito violeta, carril izquierdo. Ratcher por el carril izquierdo, Ryan Graham por el carril derecho. Así que estamos activos.
Out in front's going to be Brad. Here it comes. Getting back in it. There's going to be Brad. His face there for just a second. 785 with a 4 there for Bad Brad Sharon. 950 with a 5. Only 145 the bottom hour for Brad. 123 for Ryan Graham. So both those guys get some data hits. Looks like need to tighten things up on the bottom side just a tick there for the Graham entry. As John Langer rides here this beautiful looking 69 Trans Am, man. That thing is just show car quality, absolute beauty. And AJ Bird's left side of the 21 Challenger. Love the look of this machine. Also here from West Babylon, New York. HP Tuner, Security Dodge, Whipple, Broad Torque, Rossler going to be on board helping out. Just absolute show cars here, man. Old school, new school muscle. It's what World Cup's all about. You love to see it. Import versus domestic, old school, new school. The variety of cars that you see at this type of event is one that you don't see very often, and you'll love it, man. I don't know where you can see all of this.
Oye, así mismo como dice Fabian, Chris Higgins, duelo de Old School, papi. Carril derecho, Old School, y la nueva escuela por el izquierdo, el Challenger. Transan por el derecho, vamos a ver.
Charger Security Dodge going to be on board there for the left side Merc machine. Also, if you have a golf cart that's not hooked up to a race car, cannot be in the staging lanes. We need all of them. Please get them out. So Langer into the full stage lights, waiting for the challenge to join, and he's going to join out. Langer not going to have any luck with that.
And the clock is not started on AJ Bird just yet, and they're going to push him back, looks like. And here's the deal with AJ, that because he staged the car, that does count, and he actually timed out, I'm being told, by MIR Chief Starter Jimmy Howard. So, AJ, that does count as he made the run. John Langer, 927 for John, who's been racing here at MIR for quite a number of years. All right, so we're going to have an Alex Duff in the 97 Supra at Clayton, North Carolina. Powerhouse Racing, Titan Motorsports, Brian Crowder, ATS Speed, and Perfect Circle Engines coming up on the left-hand side. Who we got on the right there, Higgs?
Noel Mitchell and the 24 Beamer, man. This thing is an absolute beauty to look at right now. Both these cars are, man. 2JZ power on the left, the 558 here on the right for the Beamer. Like KLM Race on board for the right side. Powerhouse Racing, Titan Motorsports. Brian Crowder, ATF Speed, Perfect Circle Engines helping out there for the 2JZ power in North Carolina.
Bien, vamos por encima. Toyota Supra 2JZ por el carril izquierdo. Mírate ese BM, los que le gusta a mi panita. Yo soy el Racing. El M2 está bonito. Motor de Supra de la caja moderna, mi gente. Carril derecho, BMW contra Supra. Carril izquierdo, carrerita buena. Vamos arriba. Dímelo, Swan Fabrication. Dímelo, estamos activos.
2JZ going to be out in front. You know, I don't know what else.
I think Duff, he just left way early.
Okay, well, Noel Mitchell's going to get a time after a very confusing Alex Duff moment. 890 with a 9 there for Noel Mitchell, 157. Alex Duff not going to be on the sheet. I got nothing. I looked up, I saw Duff moving, and I'm going to be honest with you, my initial thought was Noel timed out. It was actually the opposite case, was Alex Duff left before the tree even thought about activating.
I don't think Noel Mitchell was even staged yet.
Look, man, some people got to have their coffee. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, well, like me. Well, no, actually, I don't need no coffee.
The good news is, still got a couple shots to try to get in the field. As long as we can get through, still has potentially 2 more shots. We'll have to see what happens, obviously, going through the rest of the day, timing-wise. But Chris Duckwood's right side here. And the hombre left side, Sebastian Bordeaux in the 06 Charger. Little import versus domestic, Charger versus pickup style here. That is a very interesting front end, though, on that Charger.
It is.
Oye, nos vamos con duelo de import versus domestic. Carrerita buena la pick-up, gente. Motor K24.
So Bordeaux coming down from Quebec. And that left lane Black Charger SRT tuning Turbo Parts Canada, Billet Pro Shop. Helping out Chris Duckwitz. Pro Torque Haltech, Fuel Injector Clinic on board. Issues there for Duckwitz. Gets back in it though. Charger gonna be out in front. Top of the racetrack here for Bordeaux. 7:59 to 181 with a solid lap. 8:56 with the 5 there for Duckwitz. And he'll have to make another attempt at it. So Sebastian Bordeaux, top of the leaderboard right now by 3/10. We've seen quite a few guys not make a full pull just yet, so we'll see how the qualifier work out for some of these other guys later.
Oye, cualificando número 1 ahora mismo, Sebastián. Oye, con tiempo de 7:59, 181 millas. Ese sí que está volando bajito.
Rob Ingles right side here in that beautiful looking 69 Chevrolet Camaro, Paxton, Massachusetts, 582 under the hood. Left side, Rafa Jezzo and the 08 Evo X, the RRT Motorsports entry out of New Hartford, Connecticut. Little import versus domestic, old school, new school matchup here. Mitsubishi left, Chevrolet on the right. Here in the Q1 session of Turbo Smart Limited Street. And Jezzo's like, let's go and go. I'm already sitting the pre-stage beams. Rob says, all right, make it happen. Both drivers in, lights gonna be down. Good clean launch there for the Chevrolet. And here comes the Evo, trying to chase him down. Top end of the racetrack gonna be a 777.9 to a 777.2, pardon me, 772.8 at 188. They'll go numbers 2 and 3 in the field. The Jezzo with the 72.8, 77.9 there for Ingles. So 2 more full pulls. Sebastian Bordeaux still top of the board with the 7:59.2 that he just ran. A lot of 7s in short succession there. As Shane Livestad left side. Out of Wellington, Colorado. CRX left side, PFI Speed. Kind of taking a look at that left lane CRX. Looks like, based on the rear tires, maybe an all-wheel drive car. Right side, the 21 Supra out of New York, Daniel Frisch. And a pair of beautiful cars.
Bien, vamos carril izquierdo. CRX all-wheel drive. Verso el Supra por el derecho. Con problemas. CRX por el carril izquierdo, el Supra pasando arriba con un tiempo de 8:39 a 169 millas por hora.
8th down the 0169 there for the Supra, 11:59.9 as left lane got back in it there on that CRX. As light in the hides big time here for both sides of the racetrack. Right side going to be Mike Tennant out of Harvest, Alabama. The 93 RX-7, rotary power under the hood there for the Skate World and Billet Pro entry. Well, you have to verify here this left lane car number's right based on what's on the car. We're going to see if we can take a look here. Nice launch. Top of the racetrack here for Tennant. 8:03.5, 171. And it's calling for tire drag and the four-wheeler. We're going to go push off the Mustang here. And some debris left on the racetrack here on the starting line from the launch of the Mustang.
Con problema en carril izquierdo el Mustang y tenemos la oficial de pista hablando con el chofer. Mientras los muchachos van a darle la ayuda y chequeando obviamente el área de rodaje, que no haya botado ningún tipo de líquido el Mustang.
On back roads and drag strips, farm fields, and the interstate, there's a movement growing. A movement of hardworking men and women that trust Hot Shot Secret to take care of their vehicles. It's the fastest growing diesel additive brand, but you don't have to take our word for it. Take theirs. Lab formulated, dyno tested, track proven. Hot Shot Secret, powered by science.
Winning doesn't just happen. You have to engineer it. You have to test it and make it better than it was the last time. Our engineers have the passion to create the parts you need, the way you need them to be, again and again and again. We've led this game for over 40 years, and we design, refine, and perfect every valve train part worthy of the winner's circle.
Red Line Oil, formulated to win, proven by me.
Formulated to win, proven by me.
Proven by me.
Formulated to win, proven by me.
Proven by me.
Proven by me.
Proven by me. Proven by me.
Formulated to win, proven by me.
When you use Hot Shot Secret oil and fuel additives, you get decades worth of cutting-edge innovation. Innovation that saves you money and maximizes efficiency and performance. Hot Shot Secret started with a mission to solve one engine problem. Today, we have solutions for all kinds of common issues that impact your bottom line. From our world-class lab to your cars, trucks, and equipment, Hot Shot Secret is powered by science.
This is the 29th Annual Haltech World Cup Finals, presented by Wiseco, live from Maryland International Raceway.
Están aquí presentes también. El muchacho ahí, GRS Motorsport, que está por ahí también activo. Palfiebru, Voltio Photography, por ahí también activo. Chino Photography, por ahí también. Unique Drag Photo, ya tú sabes. Los duros también presente. CH Photography por ahí también. Oye, saludito a todos. Dímelo, Swap Fabrication, están por ahí activos también. Lo vi por ahí con los dreadlocks activados. Muchos boricuas también siguen llegando. Team Import, están por ahí celebrando.
In the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, while with the track's down, might as well go get yourself something to drink. The Hot Rods Diners open. I believe they're switching over to lunch stuff here in just a little bit. WCF merch, get it while it lasts. And the Manly Hard Cards are in full effect today. And drivers, if you're not gone and pick up your Manly Hard Cards, take yourself, your photo ID, and your crew to pick up your Manly Hard Cards. Also, Higgins, I want to wish somebody a happy birthday today that both you and I know very well.
Okay.
And I apologize if I get the wrong one. I believe it's Mrs. Judy Franklin's birthday today.
Okay.
The boss at Virginia. So happy birthday, Judy Franklin. Also, props to, Frank Soldridge, and I know he's watching at home, and I know he wanted to be here, but hopefully you're feeling better, Frank, and
What I love about motorsports, people want to win races. They want money. They want bragging rights. Make no mistake about it, Courtney. People love trophies. This is what this event is about, the World Cup Finals. We saw Jason Miller, event promoter, put this cup out here before practice yesterday. It's out here. Every time somebody comes up to this line, they are thinking about this. Your family has a storied history of winning trophies. What does something like this mean to a race team, a family, and everybody involved?
Now, there's a lot of money up for grabs here this weekend, but that is probably the last priority of anybody that is out here. They want records, they want the bragging rights, but this means something when it is sitting on your trophy shelf at home. Anybody who knows anything about sports, it doesn't matter if you know that this is the World Cup Finals Cup. When you walk into somebody's shop or their house and something of this magnitude is sitting on their shelf, you know that they've done something. But in drag racing especially, we've got the Wally in drag racing. We have the PDRA 660 man in PDRA. They're iconic. They mean something just from the visual of it. And so having this here right in front of the Christmas tree, you would think that this is something that might throw them off. The cars are staging up literally right here. And as the last thing that they're looking at before they go over 200 miles an hour is this Christmas tree. If you think that in their peripheral that they're not looking at this thinking this is why I'm here, you're insane. So call it intimidation factor, call it motivation, call it whatever you want. This trophy sitting here is iconic, and I love that the Millers do that.
She's Courtney Enders. I'm Ben Shelton. This is the World Cup Finals on FloRacing.
as we're going green.
Viene, prende, vamos arriba, actívate, seguimos con la acción. Categoría Limited Street. Chequéate eso, MR2 por el derecho, Supra Prajonto in the house, Super Tech.
The newer Prajonto drivers, Monique and Brucey, left side here. The Supra, P-tuned. Super Tech on board. Brandon Scott right side here. The 91 MR2 out of the Bronx. We'll get ready to go side by side.
Melbourne, Australia, yeah.
Y a rayos, piloto del carril izquierdo viene desde Australia, mi gente. Así que esto promete también. Brandon Scott en el MR2 por el derecho.
By the way, it is 2:56 in the morning in Melbourne, Australia right now, so they're good. That's 16 hours in front of us. As either checking with the...
now they're pushing the car back. He full staged on accident.
There you go. There you see the signal from MIR Chief Starter Jimmy. Courtesy staging in effect, all classes. 16 hours in front of us there in Melbourne, Australia.
Wheel driver's going to be in. Play launch there from the Supra. MR2 doing a little dancing out there. Top of the racetrack, 797.6, 172. Crew happy with that one. And a 788.7, buck 87 for Brandon Scott. Two great passes for the pair there. 5th and 7th, respectively, in the field. Brandon Scott with a higher position of the two. As your next pair coming up, Norris Preotu back behind the wheel this weekend. The 2020 Supra with Garrett Motion on board. Garrett Turbo, Super Tech, P2 Racing, Dotson helping out. And I know he's going to be letting go, feel like he's right back in it. Bit cool seeing Norris racing again, man. I love to see it. Lucas English sitting to his right. English Auto Incorporated, English Racing, GSC Power Division, Extreme Turbo Systems on board for two very well-respected men in the import category.
And, you know, Norris, he is one of only 3 people that have been to every single World Cup. The other 2, Jason Miller and our Director of Fire Rescue, Sheila. One of only 3. And Norris can do on the left-hand side, making his return to the World Cup behind the seat, the driver's seat. There he goes, 128 short, identical 60 foots for both of them. Top end of the racetrack. How about a 760 for Lucas English? And some debris on the racetrack, 826, 138 for Norris. So Lucas goes 2 and Norris goes 10. It looks like a door came off of the Lucas English car.
Passenger side door. 760 with a 7, buck 90 there for Lucas English. Norris Preotu only an 826, 1 at 138. He was out of it early as that car was going to the center. There is no passenger door. It is gone.
Yeah, so Lucas English is going to need a door. So if anybody's got a door that Lucas English can use, he's going to need one.
Passenger door has exited the chat.
Here it is on replay. And exit stage right.
We're going to get that clean up real quick. Coming live here in just a few moments.
Final call for Wild Street, first qualifier 3 and 4. Final call for Wild Street, first qualifier 3 and 4. Final call for the Grandis Racing stick shift drivers that did not go down the racetrack to 5 and 6. Final call for Grandis Racing stick shift that did not go down the racetrack to 5 and 6. We do have a list out there in the lane, so do not try to sneak up your stick shift if you went down last night.
All clear has been given. Debris is off the track. Ready to rock and roll with Len Bacon and Mike Kavanovic. Kavanovic left side here, the 21 Supra out of Illinois. Evolution of speed on board. Len Bacon with Bacon's HVAC on board here for the Rain Lee, New Jersey driver, 93 RX-7. It's Kavanovic finally getting there. Supra hides lit up. Man, I love a good burnout. I don't know what it is, just...
I'm with you. I gotta agree with you on that. I mean, I love a good burnout, and I like the color scheme, kind of the wrap. I believe that's a wrap on the left-hand side there. That's super. That looks really, really good. I like that.
That lime green.
Yeah, that lime. I'm normally not a fan of green cars, but that one just looks good.
I love how Len Bacon is just
grass. Oh gosh,
the bacon color in RX-7, man.
The Baconator, a staple here at the World Cup each and every year out of New Jersey.
Wendy's called that name.
Here you go. And here we go. Look at the Supra, top end of the quarter mile. How about a 788, 179 for Kavanovic, and Len Bacon, 827 and 188. So they'll go numbers 7 and 12 on the qualifying order.
Fabian, there's a guy that's pulling up here right now that I'm happy to see him back behind the wheel here at the World Cup Finals. Carlos Sobrino.
Oh my gosh, yes.
An actually aspirated Coyote-powered 90 Mustang. And I'll tell you what, this guy has had a couple rough years, but glad to see him back behind the wheel. And how about this? Set the record in testing for the naturally aspirated Coyote power, going 838 with this machine. He's definitely going to be one to keep an eye on. Winner in the all-motor category was a menace over there, and I'm sure some of those guys are happy to see that he's bumped himself up. Brian Johnson will sit to his left, the 92 Civic out of Wisconsin. Good clean launch for both.
And Carlos Sobrino, it's like he's been still doing it the entire time. Top end of the racetrack, 803 to an 825.
Deeper for the naturally aspirated Coyote power for the world record, going 825 with an 8, shattering the 838 he ran in testing.
All right, let's go ahead and get the Pro Mod Exhibition, lane number 7. Pro Mod Exhibition, lane 7. I need Mickey Thompson, Outlaw versus Extreme for your second session of qualifying, the 1 and 2, please. Mickey Thompson, Outlaw versus Extreme to lanes 1 and 2 for your second session of qualifying. And the Pro Mod Exhibition to lane number 7. It's Matt Stover. Left-hand side, Rome, Georgia. David Duffield on the right side at Landenberg, Pennsylvania.
Y ahora vamos para encima, seguimos Honda Power por el carril izquierdo. 2 Honda Z por el derecho. David Duffield.
David Duffield's going to lead. Matt Stover's going to wait. Stover finally leaves. Duffield, top of the racetrack. Solid lap 7, 34.5, buck 84. And Stover's like, I'm just going to coast the Raceway. 988 with the 1, 98 miles an hour. But David Duffield, silent lap for the 240. Rocking himself up to the number 1 spot over Sebastian Bordeaux. Bordeaux with a 759.2 bumps down to second. David Duffield ain't messing around. As next pair rolling up. Jesse Esguire left side here, the 2020 Supra. Kelly Eldstrom right side here in that 93 Supra. Red Black 2JZ power. The 20 Supra there on the left lane out of Illinois. EO Speed, B&B. Kelford Cams, Titan Motorsports, Pure Drive Train Solutions helping out.
Oye, vamos con duelo de Supra, estamos activos. Categoría Limited Street. Patinando el carril izquierdo, volando bajito, carril derecho. Mira eso, el octavo. 496, cómodamente. 766, 182 millas.
Solid lap for Eldstrom. 766.7 puts into the top 4 in that number 4 spot. Jesse Esguire ended up aboard the run, coasted it down to a 931.5. Actually jumped back in it, going 168, but I would expect a solid move up there in the run order with a full pull there for the Esguire entry.
Oye, categoría Outlaw versus String, categoría Outlaw versus String, segunda ronda, vayan bajando carril 5 y 6, 5 y 6, Outlaw versus String, carril 5 y 6.
Patrick Pelchat, left side of the 2JZ 89 body Supra. Aaron Lopez in the 98 Civic H Series under the hood for the San Antonio, Texas-based machine here on the right lane.
Oye, Mayur López por el carril derecho y no es Grego, aunque el carril izquierdo se parece al carro, pero está en una Civiel López. Dime algo, Grego, por el carril izquierdo al Supra.
It's the ultimate North versus South matchup here with Texas in the right lane, Canada in the left here in qualifying. And the Supra is going to be out in front and pulling away. Top of the racetrack here, pulls the chutes to a 769.9. Aaron Lopez, buck 86. And 11.52 with a 4 there for Patrick at 88 miles an hour. So Aaron Lopez will go into the top 5, the number 5 spot, as the hood has absolutely buckled under the force of that car. Still attached though, shockingly.
Así mismito, estrujó el bonete, mire, como si fuera un papel aluminio, la Civic.
The sticker on top of the hood says, or on top of the windshield says stupid fast, and the hood seems to agree with that. Let's watch the replay here. See where it starts to buck up. Right about the 1,000 foot, looks like almost ripped off too, right around the quarter mile mark. Stayed attached, though. Wander Perez coming to the right side here. Dominican Republic 92 based Civic. K-Series power to the hood there. Ronaldo Resto left side there in the STI. Also from Puerto Rico.
Viene Moya Pérez Drag, República Dominicana por el derecho. Y a rayo, problemita para la Civic. También el Subaru con problema. Presto.
.1196 with a 5.152 there for Wander Perez. It lost the chutes there for the Civic. Chute ripped off right past where the normal first turn is. So going to be using the brakes to get down. Thankfully, long shutdown, only a $150, should be able to slow up just fine. Parachute ripping off there for the Civic, right through the traps. As the Subaru going to slowly try to roll it on down with the four-wheeler hanging out behind. Did pull over, did slow down. As looking at the monitor here, courtesy of FloRacing. Checking out the buckled hood there on the Civic. Ooh. I don't like what I just heard. We're going to go check the left lane. We're going to lead with that. And,
Oye, problemita ahí en el Subaru. Lo mandan a detenerse. Dímelo, Josué, que está por ahí activo. Dímelo. Oye, recuerda que está el vagón de Willy Monster Teacher. Llévate la camisa oficial. Las tienen aquí disponible. También la carpa de Willy Monster Teacher. Dale para allá, que tienen variedad de camisas, hoodies, gorras también disponibles. Así que dale para Willy Monster Teacher.
smacking the car is usually not a good sign either. We're checking the racetrack. May have some cleanup.
Oye, estamos llamando categoría Aula versus Stream, categoría Mickey Thompson, Aula versus Stream. Vayan bajando carril 5 y 6. 5 y 6 Aula versus Stream, categoría, oye, que están volando en los 5 segundos. Y mi team de los import no se van a dejar. No se van a dejar.
Well, the interesting morning seems to continue with rear ends getting taken and hoods buckling, and definitely not been a boring morning so far, that's for sure. Reminder, racers, crew guys, gotta have your hard cards on you at all times if you are on the property, and they must be visible. So that does include if you're out there using pit vehicles, if you're in the pit area, again, gotta be out, gotta be visible, so please do that. Please make sure your hard cards are out. Hard cards are in full effect at this point this weekend. So we do have some cleanup. It sounds like the worst of it is down on this side of the racetrack, and the rotator should be able to get the rest of it. So good sign and good news there. Should not take too long. Now we've got the sun, maybe not a whole lot of wind, but we got the windstorm, we got blower tractors, we got nothing. We can make our own wind here.
Dímelo, Alan Román, Mr. Live, que está por ahí activo. Dímelo, Alan. ¿Estamos activos o no estamos activos? ¿Ah? Oye, y todo el mundo está pendiente a ver si llega este weekend aquí en World Cup Final. Esos aclamados 5 segundos para un rotativo. Vamos a ver si llegan este weekend. Muchos que están trabajando arduamente por ese llegar a esos 5 segundos. Como es el gran loquito Killer, Rafaelito del Team Mectec College. También los muchachos del Gabriel que están activos también desde Naranjito. Así que pendiente que están dándolo todo, mi gente. Los muchachos están dándolo todo. Quieren estar ready en los numeritos. Y rápido que llegue uno, vélate, que llegan los demás rapidito de corrido. Así que estamos activos.
Oye, serían 5 segundos por primera vez para un rotativo. Y qué mejor que estar ustedes presentes para cuando se haga historia. Vamos a ver si la historia se hace aquí en el Maryland. Esperemos que así sea. Nos quedan, mira, 2 días más. Así que como uno dice, quedan varios intentos para esos rotores que están arduamente buscando tocar los 5 segundos por primera vez. En especial el corillo de Team Mectec, que ya tú sabes están primero en 13B, primero también en los 20B, con los récords ambos. Y Gabriel también, que está por ahí, que no se quita, dando pista a todo lo que da también, buscando entrar a la zona de los 5 segundos. Así mismito, en un dorito, en un rotor. Vamos a ver si hacemos historia este fin de semana, que yo creo que sí, va a pasar. Y no dude, Coqueto, que esa historia pase hoy.
Dímelo, Easy Precision Balancing, dímelo, estamos activos, dímelo, Helio, por ahí activado. También los muchachos de SWA Fabrication, oye, que están ahí ready. Con los dreadlocks activos, los Duren Fabricaciones, que están con el corillo de los All Motor. Dímelo, SWA, dímelo. Así que recuerda seguirme en las redes sociales como el Coqueto Locutor. Yo soy el Racing, estamos activos aquí. Y ya tú sabes que estamos los duros de la dupleta desde el boquete, traído por Mectec College. Así que estamos ready. Team Impol está abajo. Me gustan los Domestic también, pero oye, nos vamos con los Impol hasta abajo, que están los latinos comandando ese juego. Team Impol de los latinos. Ya tú sabes. Dímelo, Zaira, dímelo, Zaira. Los muchachos del Diamante que se rasparon un 621 volando bajito con su motor K24. Dímelo, Manolo, menea la bandera, Manolo, menea la bandera. ¿Dónde está Manolo? ¿Dónde está? Que no te veo.
Oye, fueron 6.21 para los muchachos, mire, de el Diamante, ya tú sabes, el .8 K24. Pero los muchachos también del corillo del Judge no se quedan atrás, que hicieron 4.02 al octavo de milla, tumbando, buscando entrar a la zona de los 6.1, quizá la zona de los 6.0 en el Judge. Así que eso en el día de hoy vamos a estar pendiente a ver quién de los dos entra a los 6.1 primero, si viene siendo el Diamante o viene siendo el West.
World Cup Finals, Maryland International Raceway. The field trip continues. Ben Shelton, Courtney Enders. Courtney, I think we've all seen the crashes with the sand traps and drag racing, but I've never seen one this close up. And I'm going to be honest, there's a lot more going on here than I expected. Explain to me how this is set up for the end of the racetrack.
Now, this racetrack in particular, it has a very, very long shutdown area, so there's a lot of time to slow down, but every single racetrack, this is a necessity. The sand trap down here, we call it the beach. If somebody's having a bad day, they went to the beach. So we go from the Christmas tree all the way down to the beach. But this is set up, the material in there, it's called a sand trap, but as you can see, there's a little bit of rock, there's a little bit of gravel, and it is designed in a way to be able to absorb a race car. If it happens to get down here, it's on fire, it's full speed, it's still going. It absorbs the race car to where once it gets in here, it kind of just digs down in. At the very end of the sand trap over there is the net. The net is very, very important. Very rarely, but it does happen. If the sand trap does not slow you down and embed you enough, you will end up in that net and it just consumes the race car. So what they're trying to do is just eliminate any kind of overspeed, over, if cars are on fire, driver can't see what's going on. Once they get down to this point, the sand trap does the job of stopping it, whereas the driver could not. So, but I do have to mention this. As Courtney
You're kind of
Andrews
famous.
On the Shake and Bake show, I am a sand trap specialist, and I did not have to get my rake out this weekend because the Miller brothers, they do everything top tier, so no need for the rake this weekend.
Wait, did you just solicit you need a rake so that you can come out here and fine tune things? Is that what I just heard?
Yes, and you can do your internet research, but I may or may not have made a statement at one point in time about raking the sand trap, and now I get rakes sent to my house. So as the rake sand trap specialist, top tier.
Shake, bake, rake. One question, if they get into the net and you look at it, somebody goes, well, that's easy. They pull the car out of there, make sure the driver's okay, and they put the net back up. Not that easy, though. It's actually some technology that goes back into putting that back up, correct?
Correct. The way that that thing is engineered and how many different points of it are connected down into it, it is pulled taut in a way to where it does absorb that race car. So it's not just something that you can just put it right back up. It has to be up to standard to be able to stop that moving race car.
Shake, bake, rake, World Cup finals only on FloRacing.
Now I'm gonna go ahead and embarrass myself because I kind of tend to do that a lot.
We don't help you with that, for the record. Jose Coqueto and I, we stay out of it.
No, well, that's true. Let me find it first. Let me find it.
This is where we start playing the Jeopardy theme song.
Estamos aquí buscando porque, oye, me cumple un año de casado el narrador de aquí, Chris Higgins. Y ya tú sabes, están aquí enseñando unos videitos de la boda de él, que el domingo cumple un año de casado. Aquí el narrador Chris Higgins y están enseñando los videos, pasándola brutal, como la pasaría cualquiera a su día de su boda. Ya tú sabes, bien chévere y bien contento.
I mean, the inanimacy of this shot is so nice, yeah. I mean, nothing says perfection.
So wait a minute, so I'm the only one of the four of us that's not married. 16 years, 9 years, 1 year engaged. Yeah, a little over a year. She hasn't picked a date yet.
Ok. Son 16 años de casado, 9, 1 y el que está comprometido. Un añito.
Kind of picture date for you. To be honest with you.
I will say this though, I did tell her where I want to go for the honeymoon. She's all for that. Puerto Rico.
¿Cómo es?
Puerto Rico ha callado.
Dile qué pasó, los tenemos ready, los tenemos ready a los gringos para que vacilen.
Oh man, but yeah, Cleveland continues out there on the racetrack. Hopefully it's a couple more minutes. Also, happy birthday, Charlie Barnes. He's celebrating his birthday today.
Charlie's birthday?
I believe one of our officials, Doc, told us that today was Charlie's birthday. Happy birthday, Charlie Barnes.
He's racing this weekend too.
Yeah,
he's back in stage right
that
now.
he is. So happy birthday, Charlie. Also, by show of hands, I'm going to ask this question. Now, there's a lot more people here, so make noise, raise your hand if you bought your tickets September 1st. If you bought your tickets for this weekend on September 1st. Like most of you. Good. Yeah, I mean, remember, because we're 100% sold out. No tickets are being sold at the gate.
Oye, más y mismito, como acaba de decir Fabián, en septiembre 1, se van a estar vendiendo la taquilla. Septiembre 1 para el año que viene. Ya tú sabes que si te pasa de septiembre 1, esto se va a soldar rápido. Así que pendiente, ponlo en el calendario, que es septiembre 1 se abre la venta de taquillas para este evento del año que viene. Así que si quieres venir el año que viene o tienes un panita que quiere venir el año que viene, ya tú sabes, septiembre 1 se abren las taquillas para que la compres.
Jose put that mic down with some authority, man. He was like, done. He said mic drop. All right, yeah. Speaking of mic drops, how about we slap a little bit more import versus domestic action for you? How's that?
Do it!
I don't know why Fabian smacked the table. I don't know what is happening. Josh Schwartz there, the challenger, lighting the hides on that machine out of Delaware. Here on the right lane, left side, Eric Gold, the 81 Starlet out of Franklinton, North Carolina.
And they put me first.
I'm Chris Higgins. Kaketo to my right, Jose to the right of him, up here at the tower. Of course, shout out to the guys at Flow also for everything they've been doing. I'll tell you what, they've been killing it so far here this weekend.
They have.
I appreciate everything they've been doing behind the scenes. Thankless job, I'm telling you, man. They do a lot. So, but we're going to keep an eye on the pair right now. The Starlet left side, K-Series power, 427 to the hood there for the challenger. Josh Schwartz here races over there with the Modern Street Heavy Shootout program pretty often. And I'll tell you what, fairly quick machine here for as heavy of a car as it is. So keep an eye on him. Should put up a solid number right now. And in the Wild Street category for the first pair, Eric Golden, that's Starlet. Tuner extraordinaire. Let's see what he'll be able to do here. In my opinion, it's probably one of my favorite unique categories out there. A lot of character for a lot of these machines in this category.
Mucho carácter, como dice en esta categoría.
Good plan there for the pair. They're side by side down to the corner. Top end pulls a shoot. 730, 5-3, buckety 2 for gold. And Schwartz, the challenger, is 737-1. How about that? Side by side sevens for the first pair here in Wild Street.
All right, so our next pair coming up as, man, that was solid side-by-side 730s as David Constantino, Dumont, New Jersey, the 1990 Toyota Supra, and John Snyder in the 65 GT. That is a beautiful-looking 65 Pontiac on the right-hand side of the racetrack.
Both of these cars, man, are just absolute retro stunners. I mean, what can you say?
Bien, nos vamos modo retro. Supra, como les gustan a Grego, que lo está grabando por el carril izquierdo. Carril derecho, clásico. Chequéate esta carrera que me vuela, que es side by side nuevamente en esta categoría Wild Street, tenida por Middle Brothers Production.
Hey guys, if you're back in staging, please pull forward, keep it tight. Got a lot of cars back there in staging. Constantino and Steiner both into the lights, bleeding green. Good launches here for both drivers. Constantino out in front, pulls away. 719.2, buck 88 there for the Supra. And a 784.5 for John Snyder to buck 63. So Constantino will go to the #1 spot after 4 cars.
Constantino hasta ahora pertenece en la primera posición con el Supra.
As next pair, Sean Finn, right lane. Frank Provenza here on the left. And I've been watching this Cobra here in 2025 here at Miller Nash Raceway. This thing, it's quick. Keep an eye on him. Sean Finn, the 69 Corvette. Motor says Pro Stock. I guess we're going to find out here. I know he ran the naturally aspirated machine last year. Curious to see what it's going to look like for this run. I know they made some changes in the offseason. See what she looks like.
The classic Chevy and Ford matchup here as these two getting ready to go, but chasing that #1 spot here at Wild Street. And there goes Sean Finn, there goes Frank Provenza at the top end of the racetrack. Frank's out of it, 769, 142 for Sean, 827, 124. And wondered if Frank maybe just made an 8th mile hit, probably thinking a little bit, or maybe had some type of an issue.
It wasn't even an 8th mile hit.
But Sean goes forward, Frank at the bottom there, so with one down and more to go.
It's about a 3:30 hit. That was a data run. What's the car going to do? How does it look on the Brandy Lawrence?
Wait. MIR zone Brandy Lawrence from the No Clock Street?
Yeah, she's turning the clocks on here for this pass. I know that she's been doing a lot of work to this machine. Next Gen Performance, of course, going to be on board. 1320 actually just had this car, 1320 fabrication recently, making some massive adjustments to it. So I'm curious to see what this machine's going to perform like here for the check out of Hollywood and the 2020 Mustang, Hollywood, Maryland to be specific. So Pro Charger helping out, Performance Transmissions. Julio Amaya, right side here, the 92 Civic. We're going to have a pretty cool side-by-side here.
Viene con el receptor, doctor, como me gusta. Honda versus Mustang. Import versus Domestic. Damita en el carril izquierdo en el Mustang. Girl is Power.
There goes Brandy Lawrence. Top end of the racetrack. How about a 779, 170 for Brandy Lawrence, 893, 123 for Julio Amaya. So Brandy Lawrence going to the number 5 spot. She shows she ain't afraid of nobody.
That car's got a lot left in it, man. Based on the way I saw AB and everybody walking away from that car, keep an eye on it. There's more still to come.
Viene México en la casa por el carril izquierdo. Dímelo el corrido de México. Vamos arriba. Honda Civic por el carril izquierdo. Aquí en la Wild Street. Mustang por el carril derecho.
So Carlos Pedroza left side there in that Civic. Out of Laurel, Maryland. K-Series power under the hood. Charlie Barnes, as Fabian was saying, the birthday boy in the right lane. Coyote powered Mustang. Next Gen Performance helping out along with the boss. That's his wife.
Now, Charlie Barnes, this car has won here at the World Cup twice, but with Patrick Estevez Jr. Driving it. Charlie said, you know what, I like driving my own car, but Charlie's been pretty successful in this car himself.
Charlie's running up here a couple times also.
He has.
Can't count him out. This car has been proven time and time again to get the job done. And we'll see if the Mustang can flex the muscles a little bit here on the quarter mile once again.
Viene México, menea esa bandera. México, menea esa bandera. Ándale, ándale, híjole, por el carril izquierdo.
My man is struggling with that flag right now. He is just, it is all struggle, no struggle bust, just straight struggle. Line's gonna come down here for Pedroza and Barnes. Barnes is gonna launch and says, see you later. It's gonna be a good, clean lap here for the Mustang. 7:37, $9.85 for Charlie Barnes, and they're happy with that. And a lot of smoke from Pedroza through the stripe. How about a $1.94, only a 986.7, but 194 miles an hour. Whew, you get the bottom side of that racetrack figured out. Good luck taking out Pedroza later. Charlie Barnes, the number 4 spot, 7:37, $1.85.
Tranquilo México, que sabemos que abre muy bien, 194 millas con problema en la salida para la Civic, así que vamos a corregir eso porque esto promete duro. Y mira quién está en el carril derecho, uno de mis carros favoritos, papá. Honda Sedan All Wheel Drive. Corillo, chequense ese carro que viene por el carril derecho de la gente de Austrian.
Let me give you all clear. There's Cody Rogers. Left side, out of Dundalk, Maryland, 2017 Mustang, Lund Racing, RPG Racing Engines, powered by the Hour Performance, Blue Streak Performance, and NOR Systems. Out of Dundalk, and Jason Ostrom out of Cave Creek, Arizona. Now, I thought I had a long drive here on Tuesday, but Cave Creek, Arizona, man.
Vienamos con Jason Ostrom por el carril derecho, que le toca con el Mustang por el izquierdo. Vamos a ver qué tal. El Civic All Wheel Drive Sedan por el derecho. Panita mío, hondero que está en los bleachers. Como dice Coqueto, sácate la camarita y grábate esto que me huele a disparate.
So remember last year Ostrom was having a weekend to forget, if you will. Had a couple moments where maybe something seemed to go in his direction. Finally got one, and just, I'm sure he would love to have a little bit of redemption here. Cody Rogers there, left side of the Mustang. Little import versus domestic matchup. So continue with qualifier number 1 here for Wild Street. Everybody chasing David Constantino on top of the board with a 719-2. As, you know, every once in a while, I get reminded about the announcer's curse, and I should just stop saying things. And this is one of those moments right now. As Cody Rogers is just going to punt it down the racetrack as he times out. As Ostrom finally gets that thing rolling. I don't know what is going on with Ostrom's car, man. It did the same thing last year, though, where it goes to launch and it just on its face.
Sí, así mismito. Óyeme, con problema en la salida. Revoluciones, le saca el clutch y ¡bum! Pero tranquilo que eso se arregla. Y para el próximo pase no hay nada que perder. Tiene otra oportunidad. Igual el Mustang, que ambos tuvieron problemas. Pero como estamos en cualificatoria y aquí no se da reversa. Así que si saliste mal, síguelo suavecito. Saluda al público y dale para el pit.
All right, so we're going to pull out the tractors real quick. Yeah, sounds like some fuel up there on the starting line. We got that cleaned up real quick. Go back live here in just a few moments for the 28th annual Haltech World Cup Finals presented by Wiseco. Tractors are getting parked. We are ready to go back live here once again. As the rear tires get lit up here for Chris DeRosa, right side of the 79 Mustang out of Florida. Cody Power under the hood. Eric Gregory will sit to his left, the 93 Eagle Talent out of Kentucky. I'll take on board AGR Dynasty, helping out. Let's continue on here with the Wild Street category for their first qualifying effort. Once we complete this, we will conclude last night's stick-shift Grandis Racing stick-shift category, and that will be the end of qualifier number 1.
Bien, vamos con duelo de import versus domestic, gente. Ahora mismo, Aaron Gregory en el talón por el carril izquierdo, Chris DeRosa en el Mustang por el carril derecho. Así que los que están en los bleachers, hagan su apuesta, da pesito, da 5. Viene los que van a los import, los que van a los domestic. Ponte ready. World Cup Final.
Everybody chasing David Constantino, 719-2, Buck 88, one spot right now. DeRosa and Gregory get ready to leave. Wheels up start there for the Mustang, sets it down, keeps his foot in it. And they're going to be side by side out of that corner. Gregory trying to chase down the Mustang. 759 to a 763 for the respective pair. The 635 goes to Gregory. The 59-1 goes to DeRosa. They'll go 5th and 6th in the field as they currently run.
Zumba lo cogió arriba el talón, papá. Le dio pasta y queso para que respete a los import. 759, su 763. para el carril izquierdo. Viene con Acura íntegra all-wheel drive. Está bonito. Abel Ochoa desde New York. Fran en el Corvette por el carril izquierdo. Import versus Domestic, categoría Wide Street, presentado por Miller Brother Production.
Abel Ochoa right side there, the 94 Integra all-wheel drive. K-Series power under the hood there for the man out of New York. Fran Schatz left side. The 07 Corvette at Glen Mills, Pennsylvania. Two beautiful looking machines on the start line right now. You got RPM transmissions, Frankenstein engine dynamics, RFD. Race going to be on board here for the Schatz machine. 427 under the hood there. For that left lane, red and black Corvette. Absolute beautiful car, man. Both of these cars are. So the 07 Vet, the 94 Integra. Are ready to rock and roll. Fran's going to lead first. Here comes Abel Ochoa. Driving out there. Top of the racetrack for the Corvette, 793.5, buck 34, 765, 194. Abel Ochoa with the full pull. And a shorter pull there for Fran Schatz, looking for the bottom side day to run. As your next pair going to be coming up, Justin Reggio, Keedysville, Maryland, Nitrous 8 at LSX powered Mustang, and Kyle Wade will sit to his right, the MR2 91 body out of Florida with the K-Series power as the import versus domestic matchups continue here in Wild Street. Very strange situation here as Reggio started backing up and then stopped at the 60-foot cone.
Yeah, that is definitely not like Justin Reggio. So purge the nitrous. They see one of our officials walking. Did he possibly lose reverse? Uh-oh. There he goes.
Again. That was weird. Well, for whatever reason, car got back to where it needed to go, and they're getting ready to send down the Reggio entry in the left lane.
Higgins, I believe it may be like possibly this somewhat of a similar situation. Jimmy Taylor, I say a lot of these cars you can't just put it in reverse and it just goes. You have to have it at the right RPM. If the RPM is too high, too low, the transmission it won't engage reverse. Not sure if that was the issue.
He was already in reverse and then stopped.
So it could have slipped out of reverse, maybe.
Maybe.
Who knows? Anyway, Reggio left side, Conway on the right. And counts at 7 seconds, he's in. And there goes Reggio. 112 short, Kyle Wade didn't even move. A little smoke out of Justin Reggio, he clicks it off, 753, 154. Now Kyle Wade, the clock has not started on Kyle Wade. And nope, and Jimmy's backing him out. So that does count as he made the run. So they're going to push Kyle Wade back, but again, because he staged under power, that does count as he made the run. That doesn't matter if he didn't go to the finish line or not. Again, once you stage the car, you have made the run.
And he can sit there until A, the official points him off, or B, a crew member touches the car.
And I believe it's a 45-second time. He has 45 seconds. I got to double check to see what the timeout is, but he has a good little bit before he actually has to, react. But
so taking a look here at the Justin Reggio run on the replay monitor up here, 7:53.9.
Ooh,
fire popping out under the left front there, right around the 1,000-foot mark. But look at this. He went 7:53.9 at only 154, shutting off before the 1,000-foot. So I'll have to message him later and see what's going on with the car. And your next pair going to be coming up here, Jerome Harris and Mark Podquick. Podquick right side here, the 2000 K-Series powered Civic out of Naples, Florida. Jerome Harris there in the left lane. And the Carryout Boys, black 95 body Honda Civic in Hackensack, New Jersey. See the bump spot up on the board. And then 30-18 with the 4 is Jason Ostrom, which that'll obviously get knocked down. This should be an all 7-second field when all this is said and done. The question is going to be how deep into the 7s we're going to be looking. Right now, it looks like if you don't run a 760, you're going to be in trouble potentially.
Viene con duelo de Honda, all-wheel drive, Cari Boys por el carril izquierdo, Jerome Harris, Mark Podolsky por el carril derecho. volando bajito, cari derecho, 4.96 al octavo, 7.52. Y a rayo, mira esa explosión allá abajo. Uf, la turbina yo creo que se fue a Belén. 7.52, 190 millas para Mark Podolsky, 1.20 los 60 pies y 4.96 al octavo de milla. GP Racing.
A lot of smoke at Pat Quick machine there. Past the finish line. Pat Quick will go into the number 5 spot for the 752.0, $1.90.
David Consina right there, number 1 qualifier, a little over 10th, and on the field at the present time, over Eric Gold sitting in second, Joshua Schwartz, Charlie Barnes, Mark Podkowik, your top 5, and Justin Reggio sitting in the 6th spot.
Well, the thing I'm interested in right now with looking at this qualifying sheet is there's a lot of guys on this run that did not make a complete full pull. I mean, you got Sean Finn here at only 142, Reggio only 154. You've got Franchette didn't make a full pull, only 134 mile per hour. Frank Provenza didn't make a full pull. Leo Maya, not a full pull. So there's a lot of room. Pedroza, full pull mile an hour, but not on the ET. You know, $1.94 to 986. So you look at that just for a second. You know, that math doesn't math very well. So there's a lot of cars that are going to slide up going into Q2 on this qualifying sheet here in the Wild Street category.
Oye, David Concettino sigue cualificando número 1 con 7.19 en el Toyota Supra, que está por encima, 188 millas. Eso está bueno. Categoría White Street. Oye, saludando por ahí a Freddy Coto de Puerto Rico de parte de Mr. Pototo Autopen ahí, Corillo de Cagua. Saludito por ahí, activo. Oye, también al champion Antonio Starle, que está escuchándolo también por la aplicación de FloRacing. Todos esos latinos, todos esos boricuas. Y lo que están comiendo ahí en los bleachers, que veo, mira, se está dando tremenda altera. Buen provecho, buen provecho. Wow, está atragantado. Dímelo, Helio, Easy Precision Balance, ¿y dónde anda? ¿Estás por ahí? Dímelo, los duros en balanceo. Recuerda que en la carpa de Willy Monster Teacher tienen las camisas disponibles, tienen variedad de estilo, PR, gorra, rotativo, entre otros. Así que dale para la carpa de Willy Monster Teacher, el hogar, ya tú sabes, del Datsun Willy Time. Oye, me dicen que ahí están regalando, estaban regalando camisas del Coqueto por ahí, ahora están regalando carbones en la carpa de Willy Monster. O así, en el bultito azul, búscalo.
El bultito azul que está de camino a Orlando, a Maryland. Si lo viste por el expreso, te lo van a agradecer. Tienes una docena de camisetas gratis y entrega el bultito azul.
Let's get the car pushed off on the top of the racetrack. And then we have one more of our Wild Streets to go. Then we're going to finish up Greatest Racing Stick Shift from last night, those cars that did not go down the racetrack. And then after that, qualifying session number 1 will be complete. And I tell you what, gentlemen, as we're looking over the revised schedule, you can go to the Import versus Domestic Facebook page, Working Finals Facebook page, the MIR Facebook page. The revised schedule is there for the remainder of the weekend. And of course, you folks are part of history for the first time ever. Before one car went down the racetrack, the Haltech Working Finals presented by Wiseco, Import versus Domestic, 100% sold out.
For every day. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Wow.
Así mismito, haciendo historia, primera vez que este evento, desde el primer carro que se paró en la línea viernes, sábado y domingo, ya está sold out, o sea, vendido. Así que importante que desde septiembre 1, óyeme, el año que viene compra las taquillas porque si no te vas a quedar fuera, porque este año y el que viene promete. Así que si no te quieres quedar fuera, o sea, no quieres estar sold out, pues ya tú sabes, septiembre 1, compra la taquilla para que puedas pertenecer el año que viene a este gran evento mundial, la World Cup Final. ¿Verdad, Edwin Colón? Vamos por encima.
So Jason Marsh getting ready to send down the 2000 B18 powered Civic here on the left side out of Catonsville, Maryland. M&M Auto Repairs, Paradise Racing, S1 built, Marsh built, a Fab, and of course the Allen Boys. With the Trump Pistons on board, helping out this weekend. Jason Marsh, very well respected man in the import category, especially the front-wheel drive world. So right now, top of the board is David Constantine with a 719.2. Eric Gold, the number 2 spot, 735.3. Final car for Wall Street. Here in Q1, we'll get ready to go. Late launch here for Marsh. Gets the gears just fine out there. Top of the racetrack for Marsh. 753.3, buck 82. They're happy with that one. Good lap there for Marsh. No parachute up the top of the racetrack, but looks like he's slowing it down just fine, and he will slide to the number 6 spot.
Se mete en la posición número 6 Jason Marsh con 753 a 182 millas con 1.25 los 60 pies. Dímelo Juntech, dímelo Juntech, dímelo Jun, estamos activos. Te veo, papi, estamos activos. Juntech en la casa, el inspector que siempre está on fire. Así que ya nos estamos preparando. Próximo, categoría Steve Chief, lo Manuela. Ahí están los muchachos de la Anti-Juda, los hermanos Gómez, Harold Gómez, Yomar Gómez. Vamos a ver si ya pudieron resolver con el R8, el Bárbaro, que también están activos. Saludos por ahí a Javier de Maricao. Dímelo, Javier de Maricao, nuestro compañero de vuelo. Oye, que bajó bien repleto de boricua ese avión, de gente de San Sebastián, de Atillo, Camuy, entre otros. Así que saludito por ahí, Taller Crespo.
As Wall Street is now included, we will now be almost done with Q1. Greatest Racing Stick Shift. The continuation of last night's qualifier will be coming out here next. We've got Outlaw versus Extreme sitting back at the stage lanes, Biggie Top Tires, Outlaw versus Extreme, ready to rock and roll at the start of Q2 once we complete Greatest Racing Stick Shift here shortly.
All right. Alrighty, so we're getting everything ready to go here. We got stick shift, Grand Ring stick shift. The last, we're gonna finish up the handful we had from last night. But again, this is one of the crown jewel events in drag racing. The Haltech World Cup Final presented by Wiseco, live here on FloRacing.com. And also, don't forget, if you got a Flow subscription, make sure you log on in a few weeks. They got the Snowbirds coming up at Bradenton Motorsports Park, the Drag Illustrated Winter Series. Of course, TX2K is shown here on Flow. That'll be in March. And lots of great events coming up on FloRacing.com. So make sure you, if you're watching on Flow, make sure you stay tuned.
Oye, saludito por ahí a los Body Gringo en la casa. Dímelo, Kiefer Simpson, Hailey Jane, dímelo, los Body Gringo. Así que, óyele, que tienen sus hoodies por encima, también sus camisas con el logo de Estados Unidos, la bandera de Puerto Rico. Dale para allá, también tienen los hoodies. Los muchachos de 444 Custom Appear. Los Body Gringo, Kiefer Simpson y Hailey Jane, de la categoría Street Fighter.
I tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, if you're looking for great education, want to get into the automotive industry, there's one school I want to recommend to you. There's one. I'll give you their website. It's mtifl.com. Jose and Kiketa already know which school I'm talking about. MechTech Institute there in Florida. I mean, they got, automotive mechanics, race mechanics, diesel, industry welding. It's mtifl.com. And I'll tell you what, they got a phenomenal program down there. And I'm telling you, you just never, you may bump into Isaiah Rojas walking around down there at the MechTech Institute in Florida, also the MechTech College there in Puerto Rico.